about a year ago, a couple of us signed up for the Rawhyde Adventures course, and this is an adventure bike course that they do down, Jim Rawhyde puts on down in Castaic. So it's sort of Southern California, just north of LA. And like I said, we signed up for about a year ago. We assumed it was going to get canceled given the whole pandemic thing. And amazingly, we got contacted just a few weeks ago, and they asked if we'd be willing to come if they did put some measures in place to keep us safe. And we're like, heck yeah. I've been, like many of you, have been locked down or held up, I would say, for almost 3 months now. So the opportunity to get out and ride my bike was something I was not going to pass up.
It's just $30,000 for the motorcycle. He just threw in the weeds.
He's got to be on the gas a little more. Oh, dude. Nope. Oh.
Okay. Reason number 2 for rental bike. I think Kevin's going to sleep good tonight.
Yeah. That zaps all your energy, taking that out,
Look at that. He's still going for it.
Good.
Kevin,
on, Kevin.
Pin it. Pin it.
Pin it, Kevin.
Pin it. Pin it.
Not the center. There he goes. We arrived at the Rawhyde Ranch. We found that they did just an amazing job to keep us safe. They had definitely practiced social distancing, making sure people were spaced out accordingly. They did some really neat things with in the dining areas where they made sure that we weren't coming in contact or contacting surfaces. So they did a really good job to keep us safe and made us feel safe while we were there. And it made this whole time, the whole trip, just absolutely enjoyable. So got to thank those guys for doing that and looking out for us. So on the first day, they did a skills test, and then they took us out and started doing different drills, climbing up hills, locking the bike up and turning, some braking exercises, even a teeter-totter thing. That was a lot of fun. In fact, I might want to build one of those just for the heck of it, because it looks like it would be a lot of fun to have. Anyway, like I said, I didn't plan to really making a video on this trip. I just put together a couple clips, and I hope you enjoy it.
It's me and the Yeti taking a shower. Well, there's a wall between us, okay? So
that's really weird. We're social distancing. I think we're probably...
Yeah, now we're about...
If I can get in there, there we go.
There we're 6 feet apart.
6 feet, yeah.
Yeah, oh, the water feels so good here. How about watch some more cold water?
No, please don't do that. So, oh! Yeah, there it is. So, if you haven't been here, I highly recommend coming out here to Rawhyde Adventures.
Beer.
And they have outdoor showers. It's absolutely amazing. So this is...
and beer.
We got here Friday, so it's Sunday night right now. We're gonna... we've got some more stuff to do this afternoon. And
you gotta graduate tonight.
I'm graduating. Are you graduating?
Na, 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 na.
I don't think it's that kind of graduation.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
But anyway...
Beer.
We do have beer, yeah. So anyway, I highly recommend coming down here. The people here are absolutely fantastic. The instruction is absolutely amazing.
I would do it again in a heartbeat. And I'm a cheap bastard.
Yeah, but it was good. Oh, the food's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
Now, we had, today was kind of neat because we ended today with a, okay, are you done? Okay. We ended today with probably about a 3-hour,
trail ride.
Trail ride, yeah.
On giant refrigerator motorcycles.
And if you're,
that weren't ours, yeah.
Well, that was actually the best part.
That was the best part.
So if you're from the Bay Area, you've probably ridden at Carnegie. So imagine Carnegie. If you're down in Southern California, if you've been to Hungry Valley, imagine Hungry Valley. But like 3 hours of that with these giant motorcycles, and every single minute we're thinking, whatever these motorcycles cost to rent, it was worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'd highly recommending
jumping a water bar on one of those things. It's like riding your Kenmore washing machine out a 3-story window. When you land.
Have you done that before?
Oh yeah, well, no, not till today.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't my motorcycle.
So anyway, come check out the outdoor showers. It's worth the price of admission. Can't recommend it enough.
Oh, it's in there. 3, 2.
Okay, I know that shower scene was a little creepy, but it's the footage I had, and like I said, I hadn't really planned to make it a video, so I just kind of put together what video footage we had from just holding our phones up during the week. Anyway, on Monday we packed up and our bikes and we headed out towards the San Luis Obispo area from Southern California to go meet up with Bab Brown himself. So if you're not familiar with Jarrett on Instagram, here he is. Check him out, subscribe, and he has great photo shots, and he does crazy stuff like, I don't know, riding over cars. Okay.
Here's the Carrizo Plain, and it's out in the middle of nowhere between Highway 5 and 101.
Now, how long? We've been on this for about an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
And this is like how many miles? 50 miles?
50 miles. We haven't seen any condors yet.
A lot of birds, though.
A lot of birds. You saw one carrying off a mouse.
I did.
And you were very excited about that. but it's amazing how much land is in between Highway 101 and Highway 5 in
So
California.
let's see on the map.
Okay, so here's
Trying to think of how much.
here's Highway 5,
Okay.
and here's 101.
So we're in this brown
We're in
section
the brown
right here.
section here. So
Right there.
Yep.
So we're about, I think, halfway on the strip. I don't know if you can see behind me, but it's just absolutely beautiful, beautiful plains. I mean, Jared, did you even know this existed?
No. But I have been in a place similar to this further north by about 100 miles.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminds me of it, but there is an amazing amount of land out here.
It's gorgeous.
And it's sand too. It's not adobe.
Yeah.
It's sand.
I'm going to pan around a little bit just so they can see just how amazing this is. Now, look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? I mean, I know I can't capture what it's really like, but it's... Okay.
Oh, it's like desert sand.
It's desert sand, and every once in a while it gets a little loose, right? There's like,
There's ruts in it. There's hidden ruts.
yeah.
And so Dave, because he's got semi-knobbies, he doesn't care. But I'm staying in the middle because it's a little harder.
Yeah.
But that's where the ruts are. So, but I want to get out of the dirt before the rain over there.
Where's the rain? Right over there?
Straight ahead.
So you think that's the rain?
No, it's Virga. It's rain, but it hasn't hit ground yet.
Okay. So we better get back on the bike.
We probably should.
All right, let's get going.
2.5 on mine.
So we met up with Jarrett, and he was taking us down this road. And just as soon as we got onto the ride, my bike just locked up. So just always an adventure. I got off the bike, and let's see if we can see it down here. You probably can't see it, but there was flames coming out of the bleeder valve there. It was just like total flames coming out. And the bike locked up and stopped. We let it cool down a little bit and was able to roll it backwards so it's not totally seized. So hopefully we get this fixed and back on the road. So whenever you go on a trip, make sure you bring your mechanic. All right, so we're at the shop and I got the bad news. Turns out, yeah, it's done. It's cooked. So the everything. Apparently the rotor has chunks taken out of it. The brake pad broke. There was flames firing out of the bleeder valve.
Smoke coming out.
Smoke coming out. Bleeder. I mean, I was trying to put it out, and then like somebody was going to pee on it, and then I'm like, no, we have water, and we threw water on it, so it worked out all right.
Peeing on it would have been way more fun.
Yeah. But, okay. Anyway, the bad news was that we came down to go do a ride with Jarrett, and just as we turned off to get up to there, that happened. So I guess that's good news, bad news.
It's better that it happened where it did.
Yeah, that's true.
At Carrizo Plain, we'd have been there for 2 days.
Carrizo Plain?
Yeah.
That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Carrizo Plains, guys, not chorizo.
I thought it was that stuff they put in eggs.
Hey,
here?
guys. Yeah, it's my pleasure. We've been talking for quite a while on social media, and I wanted to put a face to the technology. And so I got up this morning, a little limped out of bed, and from my ride yesterday, and decided to go meet up with you guys.
But you said nothing about that, like until this morning, and you're like, "Yeah, I broke my arm." I'm like, "Oh, bummer." You still came out though. You
all
still
in
went
the days
out.
motorcycling.
You were going to take us on that trail with the separated arm.
Yeah.
Now is it
definitely.
bandaged up? Do you have it wrapped up? Is it like a holder, kind of like?
No, but I have a
compression?
jacket on, and it's got some pads in it, so we're all right.
Okay. So, so I got to know what happened. Like, it was kind of funny because I said we were going down to Rawhyde, and you kind of know everybody there, and it turns out you're kind of famous there, maybe a little bit.
Well,
So,
thank you. I appreciate that.
no, people are like, "Oh, is he going to come?" They wanted to know if you were going to actually come down. I was like, "No, we're going to go up and see him up there." And like, oh, "Okay, well, tell him I said hi." So, how is it that you know all those guys there?
Well, I just so I got into the adventure motorcycling, and Rawhyde is the place to go to get some training and for some of their events. I I ended up signing a lot of the events have sign-up sheets, and you can take small intro classes or whatever. So I took a couple of those. I befriended some of their coaches, and now I ride with them. And Jim Hyde is an awesome dude that puts on a really good thing. And so any chance or opportunity I get, I head out to Rawhyde and kind of cruise around with the guys.
It's such a cool place.
Yeah.
So cool. But I got it. Okay. So I don't know if we got any video because we rented bikes, so we didn't have like a normal video equipment on there.
Right.
So we took a little bit of video, so I'm not sure how much you. But I got to ask, when do you encounter a giant seesaw in the middle of the forest that you have to ride over?
Well, there's a couple.
Like, tell me about that. How did that come about?
So what that does, and you'd have to ask Jim about his teeter-totter, but another friend of mine has a teeter-totter, and we recently made a movie and put it on YouTube about how to build one and the purpose of riding one. And what that is you can work on clutch control, you can work on throttle control, because when you're up and you are almost trail stopping the bike, you are going to have to work on clutch and throttle control in order not to stall the bike and fall off the teeter-totter. So it's a very good training thing.
And it doesn't tilt where you think it will.
No, it doesn't.
It's way past where you think might be the fulcrum, right?
Way past.
And you're like,
Yeah.
it should be going now. It should be going now.
So it's a daunting thing. I hadn't ridden a teeter-totter until just recently, and I was intimidated, but luckily for me, I had that clutch and throttle thing down, and so I swam out of it all right. But the one at Rawhyde that you guys saw was that thing's no joke.
So it has all the ropes on there, and
that's for a reason.
yeah. Josh was telling me that. He said that he's seen guys like fall right off the edge of it and like endo over it.
Well, they'll go up and they'll stall the bike, and then there's no place to put your foot down. So if there's no place to put your foot down and the bike starts to go over, you're going to go over too. And if I remember correctly, the one in Rawhyde is about at the fulcrum point is about 6 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Give or take. You know? So that's a long way down.
So I think we got a little bit of a cheater clue because Eric said he goes, now look, there's a big bounce at the end. So it bounced on the tire.
Boom.
So either make sure you're completely off or wait for that bounce to happen because if
Right.
it comes up, it's going to hit the back of the wheel.
Right.
That seemed to be a critical piece of information that I'm glad I knew about before going over it.
Your teeter-totter has to be heavier on one side in order for it to rebound and get back to position. So that's what causes that bounce. And also you have a tire. I think the ones at Rawhyde have tires.
Yeah, a big tire,
And
yeah.
so that helps
Truck
with
tire.
the bounce coming back up and resetting it for the next guy.
Right. But after they got done explaining how many bikes had fallen off of it, ended over it, that I think a lot of people were just like, yeah, I think I'm going to pass on this one. we did it like a bunch of times. We just kept going until they told us to stop.
It's
We're
a
like,
cool thing to learn how to do.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what's after the next step? I think is there like an advanced one?
I know they have, and I don't want to quote too much because I don't have their agenda in front of me, but they have Expedition CV. They've got, which incorporates a lot of the next step into the riding of, and you stay out at their compound and you do whatever Jim has in store for you or his coaches.
So, I feel like there's a big gap between Next Step and Jocelyn. I feel like there's like a huge gray area there that needs to be.
I can't really comment on that. I'll just tell you Jocelyn's a badass.
I know.
That's all I'm gonna say. Jocelyn is a badass. And if you want to be able to hang with the badass, you better go take some training.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, she'll push you to the limits. And but another thing about my friend Jocelyn is that she has the back of anybody that she's riding with, and she won't put you into hairy situations unless she knows that you're ready for it. Now, she's a certified BMW off-road instructor, and so she's trained in how to deal with people, deal with situations that are, and her training has helped me out a lot. We've put each other into some scenarios, and boy, am I thankful for her.
Oh, I can't wait. Well, man, thank you so much for coming out injured and all. And then,
It was a pleasure.
It's always an adventure with us. You know that, right? No matter what happens,
That's right.
something's going to happen.
So I look forward to doing a cooking video with you.
Yes.
I can't wait for that.
What are we going to do? Well, I'm a little intimidated now
I'll
because...
take you to the secret spot and we'll do some cooking.
Okay, well, I got about an hour left to go. And it's starting to rain pretty hard off and on. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of blue sky back there, that direction. direction, but there's some lightning. I'm actually going that direction. So it looks like it's raining pretty hard right over there. Hear that? So a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder, a lot of rain. I'm going to try to see if I can make it back. Now remember, I don't even have a rear brake anymore because, well, it caught on fire. So I had to take the brake pads out so I can at least get home. I do have the bike in rain mode, so I'm sure that'll help. And I'm just going to take it careful, but hopefully I'll get home before it gets too much darker. Well, that's probably not going to happen. I'm a little worried about that, though. Anyway, I'll turn the camera back on when I get home. See you in a bit. Well, I made it through the supercell and managed to get in front of it a little bit on the way home, so I missed a lot of the really pouring down rain, and I was hurrying to get home before it got dark and rainy. And I pulled in about 6:45, so it was still pretty bright outside. And then by about 7:15, the skies opened up and it just poured down rain. So I was really happy to make it in that time. It was a great ending to a great trip, and I can't wait to go back. I've met a lot of friends, or well, I should say some new friends that I'm going to stay in contact with. Some great people there all around, the staff, the coaches, everybody, and the riders that showed up. People came from all over to go to this thing. If you haven't gone, I highly recommend it. Anyway, if you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe, hit the like button. Well, you know how to do all that stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.